This is Math Studies, Lesson 12.5, Financial Math. In this lesson, we are going to continue using the solver from the calculator. If you don't remember how to get there, from the main screen, we go to Apps, and we want the very first one and the very first one. The things to remember about this, don't forget that your principal value should always be a negative number. And the difference here between the previous one is we're going to start working more with the payment. And so for payment, things to keep in mind is if we are working with a loan, then your payment should be a positive number. But if we're working with an investment, your payment should be a negative number. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty much the same deal as it was in the previous lesson. We're going to reuse a lot of the formulas like total cost and interest from the other lessons as well. So getting into it. Pam finances a new car purchase of $12,000 at 8% APR and makes $243.32 payments for 60 months. So what is the balance after 1 year? I am trying to find the balance after 1 year. And I know that we are doing monthly compounding, so technically this would be 1 times 12. I don't really need to do the 1 times, but just to follow the model we were doing before, that's T was 1 and PY was 12, so I know that should be 12. The percentage rate was 8%. The principal value is $12,000, and this calculator requires us to input that as a negative value. The payment is given as $243.32, and the question is to find the final value, so I'm going to come back to that. And we are paying monthly, and remember the PY/CY are always going to be the same, and that one will automatically change. So now to calculate the final value, if I just hit enter, it's going to just move down. So I go alpha, enter, to calculate the final value. So after 1 year, I owe $9,966.68. Make sure I got that right. 996668. What is the total cost of the loan? This was a formula from a couple lessons ago to calculate total cost. We would take the repayments times the principal value. I think I just wrote principal before, but I'll go PV to match our calculator. So our payments is $243.32 times, that's wrong. Should be repayments times the number of payments. So in this case, we are making 60 payments that each cost $243.32. So 24332 times 60 is what we want. If you are in this menu and want to get to the regular calculator screen, we go second, quit, and that'll bring us to the plain screen. So I can do this product. So if I make 60 payments, each $243, I will end up paying $14,599.20 over the life of this loan. How much does Pam pay in interest? The interest formula from a couple lessons ago, let's get this right this time, is the total cost minus the principal value. So my total cost is what I just calculated in part B, and my principal value was $12,000. So this will be 14599.20 minus 12,000, and that becomes $2,599.20. So when I pay back that $12,000 loan, I'm leaving $12,000 back to the bank for giving them the money in the first place, and then $2,599 was the fee, the interest charge for borrowing that money. How long will it take to pay off the loan if she increases her payments to $300? So this is something new that we haven't talked about yet. And we're going to go back to the calculator and use the finance application. The question is, how long will it take? So that means that this n is the value that I don't know. So that's the one I'm going to come back for to figure out. It's the same percentage, same principal value. I am increasing my payments to 300, so I'm going to change the PMT to 300. The final value of a paid off loan is $0, and we're still compounding monthly, so the PYCY doesn't change. So we're going to solve for how long does it take for $12,000 to get to $0 if I pay $300 a month. Alpha, enter, and that will take approximately 47 months. It'll take 46 months of $300 and then less the last month. It won't be quite $300, but we're going to just assume that it's 47 months of $300 payments. So now the next question says, what is the new total cost? We are still using this total cost formula. We are using the new repayment amount of 300 and the new number of months, 47. So repayment is $300 times 47 months. And I'm going to go here. I'm going to exit the application. 300 times 47 is $1,410. I didn't read that right. $14,100. So if I pay $200 a month, $243 a month, I'll end up spending $14,000, almost $600. If I increase those payments to $300, my total cost now is $14,100. So how much do I save? I'll take my original total cost and subtract my new total cost. So that's my answer from part B minus my answer from part E. And that becomes $499.20. So I can save almost $500 by paying a little more every single month. I still pay back the $12,000 obviously, but now my fee going to the bank is $500 less than it was originally. Moving on to example B, it says Tara opens a savings account with a 2.9% APR compounded monthly. Her current balance is $100. She sets up recurring deposits of $75 a month. What is her balance after 1 year? I'm going to go through each of these and label the things I see. So 2.9%, that's going to go into my I percent. Compounded monthly means my PY and my CY, my periods per year, are 12. Her current balance is 100, so that's the starting amount, that's the principal value. She sets up recurring deposits of $75 a month, that's my payment. And an important thing to remember on this one is because this is a savings account, an investment, the payment will have to be a negative number when we input that. Just like the principal value. Principal value is always negative, but payment is a negative if it is an investment, positive if it's a loan. And then the question is, what is her balance after 1 year? That's technically T, but also technically N, because N, well, that's T. So then N is always T times PY. I'm not going to fit that. N equals T times PY. Okay, so let's go to the calculator. I'm going to go back to my finance application. And N is T times P slash Y, so that would be 1 times 12. I don't need to type 1 times 12. I can just type in 12. I is 2.9%. The principal value was negative $100. And the payment is a recurring deposit of $75, so that'll be negative 75. The payment for a investment is always going to input as a negative into this calculator. And what is our current balance after a year? So that means we're trying to figure out the final value. PY is already set to 12, so I can alpha enter on that entry. And that tells me I have $1,015, if we round that, $1,015 after 1 year. That's it for this video. Good luck on the exercises, and please let me know if you have any questions.